History of Russia in 100 Minutes by Smart Histories. Russian Federation. The Russian Federation is the successor state of the Soviet Union after its collapse on the 26th of December 1991. Post-Soviet Russia has come a long way in the last 25 years. After the decade of Boris Yeltsin's liberal, but rather chaotic rule came Vladimir Putin, who returned to a centralized, authoritarian style of governing. The Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic was the heart of the Soviet Union. It made up over 50% of the population and produced 60% of the GDP of the Soviet Union. After dissolution of the empire, it was renamed the Russian Federation, becoming the internationally acknowledged successor of the Soviet Union. With the Budapest Memorandum, Russia also retained possession of its nuclear arsenal. The Russian Federation inherited all the rights and obligations under international treaties of the old Soviet Union, as well as its debts. When Boris Yeltsin first became president, he wanted to open Russia to free market economy, but actually caused a major economic crisis with reforms that were too harsh. The tough times that resulted lasted almost all through the 1990s. Russia defaulted again during the 1998 ruble crisis. At the beginning of the new millennium, the economic situation improved greatly, helped by the fact that international oil and gas prices were rising. Vladimir Putin had the privilege of ruling over a growing economy with people witnessing their living standards improve every year. But it all changed with the recession in 2008, the 2014 war in Ukraine, and Western economic sanctions. The Russian Federation is a semi-presidential constitutional republic. The constitution was adopted by national referendum in December 1993. It was preceded by a violent conflict between the parliament and the president over power. The president of Russia is the head of state with very broad powers. He appoints the prime minister, who is the head of government, and all the other key ministers in the state. The Russian parliament, Duma, is called the Federal Assembly, and it consists of two houses, the Federation Council and the State Duma. The president's term has been extended from 4 to 6 years. He cannot run for a third term. So, having ruled from 2000 to 2008, Vladimir Putin stepped down and gave way to Dmitry Medvedev, who then appointed him as the prime minister. In 2012, they exchanged places. The Yeltsin years were characterized by mostly unwilling cooperation with NATO and the United States. All that changed with Putin. He expressed his opposition to the expansion of NATO to its borders and launched an offensive against Georgia and Ukraine, who had attempted to move away from Russia's sphere of influence and lean towards the West. This placed Russia in relative political isolation and skyrocketed Putin's reputation at home as being a leader who stands up to the West. Thank you for watching. For thousands of helpful resources of Russian history, please visit our website at smarthistories.com.